Good morning, champions. Good morning, hello, welcome. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to paint some toy soldiers. I forgot to change my water. I like frog gym. That'll have to do. G'day, Jet. It has been a while. Hope you're doing well. You absolute jet. We're going to try painting this girl. It's been a fair while since I've painted a girl. What was the last girl I painted actually? Let me think. The last project I did was the dwarves. And I painted all the Kingdom Death stuff. And then I painted an orc. And then I painted a old man. I cannot remember the last girl I painted. It's been a long week. The heat's starting to set in now in beautiful Brisbane. And so everything feels difficult. The heat just smashes you. Need to pull the artwork out for this. This is something I probably don't do enough of. Well, for Kingdom Death. Is just really appreciate the artwork. So let's grab it out actually. Why not? Got a lot of art cards. I don't think I've got all of them actually. I think I'd chuck some out maybe. That's incredible. Scroll. Some of the first. These are the Aladdin, Sorceress, Monk. Anyway, there she is. It's the one we need. Hello, Lucy. Hello, pretty Lucy. I think we'll stick pretty closely to those colours actually. Cool. Hello there, Joan. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. Yeah, it's been a good week aside from the heat. I haven't really been doing too much. I finished my dwarvies off, which was cool. Assembled some models. Travelling again this week for work, so I feel like I want another colour. What other colour do you want, Deno? Do you want an orange? Why do you want an orange? Not sure. But let's do it. Alright, let's sketch out some highlights. Thick thighs save lives, friends. Look at these big boys. As you've probably seen in the social media space, the Crimson Brush, we've started to up our engagement as we draw closer to the event. Starting to get pretty excited. Hey Jared, welcome back, buddy. Yeah, starting to get pretty excited about the event now. Got a lot of work to do, but it's shaping up to be a very promising year. Yes. Oh, Frost, come on, mate. It's freaking 7:40 in the morning. What am I singing for you? Morning, Top. Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice for me to sing. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. Now what you think about that? Now you know how I feel. Say you can handle my love. Are you for real? Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together, we can be just fine. I tell you something, and I don't say this often, but Kingdom Death models have some of the best cans, which is great, and they usually have incredible sculpts all around. The face on this is probably one of the worst Kingdom Death sculpts I've ever seen, and it's a larger scale. I don't get it. Like this little baby girl, her name is Skrell, her face is better. Anyway. Here's a story from A to Z. You want to get with me? You better listen carefully. We got M in the place. Haven't looked at that one in a while, Top, but I'll trust you, mate. She is thick. She's a beautiful lady. It is just about 5 days now till Black Friday, which is a big day for Kingdom Death fans. Kingdom Death has its big annual super sale, big sale, event, function, whatever, on Black Friday. It's a great time to buy into Kingdom Death. You tend to get big discounts. This year is looking very exciting indeed. See ya, Froths. Didn't know dentists were open. Yep, that's it, Toppy. Buy whatever you want from the future. So my plan on that front, as someone who doesn't have all of the future expansions coming already, is to rectify that situation and have all future expansions coming. But I'm actually just going to have a little assess on the day. Hey, Darth Rosie. If there is, because there's also going to be some timelines announced around then for future content, and if it's like, well, the chances of it coming in the next 12 months is minimal, You know, what's the rush? Might save $50. Like, their price is probably not going to increase that much in the next 12 months. I mean, the scope creep situation has already ballooned now. I mean, I'm going to drop a very significant amount of money. On Friday. So a very significant amount. Hey Dion. So yeah, let me give you a quick rundown of my plan for why the fuck I'm painting this model. So I said it on my last stream with Bucks. I have spent a significantly large amount of money on Kingdom Death. We're talking, hey Cujo, bit late for you, mate. We're talking several $1,000s, multiples of thousands of dollars on this game. And I continue to buy little boxes that are wonderful additions to the game in terms of the content that they provide. However, the content that they provide is generally a few cards. And these boxes cost 30, 40, 50 US dollars, which means they cost me a lot. I'll tell that story again soon, Top. It's a good call out. So I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars for cardboard. But every release that comes out in Kingdom Death has these beautiful models, including a thing called Painter's Scale. So the Painter's Scale is larger models, which, as you would have seen, Skrell. The Painter's Scale are larger scale models. Now, I've got so many of these little dickhead models that I can sort of justify to myself, I don't need to paint those. But these ones, gosh, I got to paint them. And so that's what I decided. I bought a whole pile of bases from Taro Model Maker, and every 54mm scale Kingdom Death model that I have in a pin-up, I'm going to paint, and they're all going to have matching plinths, and it's just going to be like a little collection. So that's my plan. Now, I'm pretty good at following through on projects. Like, I don't often start grandiose projects and fail. And if you want some evidence of that, here's this one. But I don't know. We'll see how these go. I haven't painted girls for a while. I haven't painted 54mm scale for a while. So we'll just see. I guess the advantage of them all being individual projects is I don't need to knock them all over in a short space of time. You know, I can just paint them wherever I feel like it. So that's my plan. You have. Now let me tell you, so I'll tell you about my introduction to Kingdom Death, because it's actually quite an interesting story. So I started playing the game at a friend's house. Friend's name Sheldon, lovely man, travelled overseas with him, played many Toy Soldier games together. Great man, we played games with him quite recently actually. Played a game called Kanban EV. It was very complex, but good. So he's got everything. He's got everything from the Kickstarter, the original Kickstarter, the new Kickstarter. He's got it all coming, and he doesn't get to play as often as he would like. He's got kids, doofus. But he's like, oh, Deno, do you want to come try this game? And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I've heard a lot about it, but I've seen the models. I've painted some of the models. Like, I had some commissions for Kingdom Death, pin-ups or whatever. But I said, yeah, let's have a crack. I'm keen to try it out. So we get together and play the first showdown. And I remember just being absolutely blown away. I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, what even is this game? And of course, as is pretty much every intro game of Kingdom Death that I've ever played, I cut off the lion's nutsack. If you're not familiar what that means in Kingdom Death, every time you hit a monster, you draw a hit location card, which will determine where on the monster you've actually hit. Well, one of the locations you can hit on the white lion is actually its genitals. And if you critically hit said genitals, you chop them off. And there is a resource that you can get which is called white lion testes. Down the bottom of the card it says they're a hefty pair of nuts, which is very, very funny. Well, anyway, when you do that, of course, the white lion gets very angry with you. He doesn't like having his nuts cut off. And fair play to him. So, I think we played 3 showdowns that night. We played the next lion and we played the screaming antelope. And I remember walking away from that first night just going, why have I never looked into this game before? So I then went home and I then went straight onto Kingdom Death's website and I purchased the core box from Kingdom Death shop. Now, at the time, it was 400 US, so 600 Australian, whatever. And I started looking around for the original expansions, of which there are 12, and I found a dude on eBay who had them for $1,500 or $2,000 or something. So all up, there's about two grand of money that I'm about to drop, and I thought, I might just pop up a message in my board game buyings group that I'm on Facebook. There's a group called Board Games of Oz Marketplace where you buy and sell board games. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just ask those guys if anyone's got a copy they're wanting to sell, or the expansions for cheaper. It was actually the expansions that triggered it. So I posted within about 2 hours. I had a dude message me and say, I'm in Brisbane. I've got everything from the original Kickstarter. I'm just not going to play it. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah. So he said $1,500, and I was like, oh, that's a good deal. Like, I'm getting it for less than that than I would have paid on eBay. So I cancelled my order from the Kingdom Death shop, and I went to that dude's house and I bought it. And he had a whole pile of extra. At the time, I had no idea what they were, but they were white boxes, white box content. And he's like, oh, do you want these as well? And I was like, yeah, okay, man. He's like, oh, you can just take them for extra $100. And I thought, I knew a little bit about him, that the white box content was pretty expensive. And he's like, yeah, $100. So I go, sure, mate. Now, I remember this quite vividly because I'm a nice bloke. I said, hey, man, I'm pretty sure you could make more money than $100 selling those individually. Are you sure you want to sell them to me? What a nice guy. And he's like, yeah, no, that's fine, man. I just don't really have the time or effort. So I sold all of those white boxes that he sold me for $100 for $900. So I ended up paying... So it was like $1,600. Yeah, it was about $600 for the entirety of the first Kingdom Death wave 12 expansions. It's outstanding. Made a killing. Hello, Tim. 900, yeah. It was absolutely making out like a bandit. So that's how I found myself invested in, hello, Covert Madness, invested in Kingdom Death. Um, but since then, I've bought many, many, many boxes. Many, many, many boxes. Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that. I didn't read all of the ones that I sold. I didn't rebuy, except for one. So I lucked out in the ones that I sold. They were mostly like collectible ones. So uh, all right. I've never watched. There's a TV show that many people have recommended I watch, and I've never watched it. It's called Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's a cartoon. People, regular watchers of the show, would know that I don't really watch cartoons unless they're absolutely incredible, i.e., Arcane or Archer, which actually is really incredible. Um, but I've never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. However, on IMDb, it's like in the top 10 TV shows of all time or something ridiculous. I'm going to go check now because I feel like I've just made a wild statement. Nope, it's number 7. It's number 7. I wasn't wrong. Number 1 TV show of all time is Breaking Bad. 2 Planet Earth documentaries. Band of Brothers, incredible. Chernobyl, wow, that got up there real quick. The Wire. Avatar: The Last Airbender is number 7 on Internet Movie Database's greatest ever shows. If we take documentaries out, of which there's Planet Earth, Blue Planet, Cosmos? That's a documentary, isn't it? Yeah. Our Planet, Game of Thrones. The top ones are Breaking Bad, Band of Brothers, Chernobyl, The Wire, Avatar, Sopranos, Game of Thrones, Bluey. Oh, Bluey. I don't disagree. Bluey's incredible. Bluey. So there is a cartoon in the top 10 television shows of all time. To me, that is wild, right? Like, so it must be very good. The truth is, I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch One Piece. I'm not going to watch any of this cartoon rubbish. But Netflix is making a new TV show. Yeah, Netflix is making Avatar: The Last Airbender in live action. Now, there are people who have watched The Last Airbender, who watched the television, or sorry, the TV, the movie adaptation, and have said very critical things about it. Personally, as someone who has no knowledge of the show, I really liked that movie. I thought that movie was quite good. All right, says a guy has just proving my point here, mate. You're proving my point. you've seen the show, your perspective is coloured, and that is all. Now, the trailer for the new show looks good. You are a hater, Top. I can't get on board with you. You're a classic American, mate. Just hate everything. It's too cool. Gotta be too cool, man. Why don't you just like some things? Just like some things, mate. Why you gotta be a hater? Top hates Star Wars. He hates Jedi. He hates everything. Why you gotta be like that, Top? No. Good from you, Darth Rosie. Very funny. Oh, you watch Empire? What a great film that is. It's still not my favourite, but it is very good. Where is my little stabby stick thing? Oh, now Top's trying to make it, just roll that back and pretend that he likes things. Oh, look, Empire Strikes Back. Sure you do, mate. That's good. My favourite is Return of the Jedi, which I know is the wrong choice, and many people lambast me for that. But when I was a little fella, I used to ride to the library. The library used to sell, or used to rent out movies, and so I went to the library and I rented out. There was seven movies that I used to rent from the library all the time. Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Indiana Jones, all three Indiana Jones movies, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Raiders of the Lost Ark, and a movie called Willow. I used to rent them non-stop. Basically, I'd go there and I'd drop off one and I'd pick up the next one. But yeah, I remember watching Return of the Jedi. It just had some of the best moments, I think, out of the whole series. G'day, Shiny Mew Paints. Yeah, Willow. Man, I know. Well, I have definitely talked about Willow on this stream before. I love it, but you know, there are people who. I remember I showed Rocket Willow. I was like, this is one of the best movies of all time. It's so great. And she watched it. It wasn't Rocket. It was actually my ex-wife, and she said, this is probably the worst movie I've ever watched in my life. Nostalgia is a hell of a thing. I love Willow because I watched it when I was a little fella, because I used to go and hire it from the library. It is a pretty mini. But there are people who don't know about it, mate. Young people. That's one of the reasons. Shiny Mew, my week has been wonderful. Thank you for asking. I started a new Kingdom Death campaign. I finished off my dwarf diorama project, and I'm about to travel for work this week. So it's been a nice week. It's been an observation that I think I've made on here before, but the pacing of movies from that era is vastly different to the pacing of movies now, and it's not always for the better, but not much really happens in Willow. They do. I just think they should make more of them. Talking about the you're talking about the Arnold Schwarzenegger Red Sonja, Cujo. It is good. So's the original Conan. The great man Arnold. Arnold, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women. That's a very true and accurate statement, Covert Madness. Just in a wonderful time right now of choice and content that sometimes, not always, filmmakers just forget about some of the basics. It is not anywhere near the quality of the earlier Marvel films. It is not a bad film. The highlight of the newest film is a character that was introduced in one of the TV shows named Ms. Marvel, and if you have not seen the TV show, her introduction is quite small. She is, however, easily the best thing about the new movie. Yeah, the girls will love it. The girls will absolutely love it. Some classic moments in there that they'll think is absolutely amazing. Yep, Loki season 2 was good. Was good indeed. Not quite a full return to form, but very good. I've got a list of shows that I would like to watch, and one of them um, that many people have recommended is The Boys. Top's recommended Foundation and a couple of other ones. Is there anything that's come out recently that I have not got on my list that I should have? I know you can't see my list, but is there anything? Basically, is there any good TV shows that you wonderful people recommend? So I'm about to travel. I need some new content to watch on the plane. Yeah, I've seen The Bear. I tried watching the first episode with my girlfriend. She was not interested. Um, Now, that may be because she's a vegan, and the first scene was a literal giant slab of meat getting cooked. So that was quite fun. I have watched 12 Monkeys, yes. What's Mrs. Davis about? Okay. I have seen Severance, yes. Can't wait for season 2. Better come out soon. Severance was one of my smash hits of this year. This year? Last year? This year. Last year. Yeah, Silo's on my list of shows to watch. Do love a post-apocalyptic jobbo. Alright, I'm going to have to clean my airbrush, I think. So I have been using this airbrush for a long time, purely because I was too lazy to clean this one, which is actually my more accurate one. Let me just check. Oh, maybe I've already cleaned it. Let's give it a try. Oh, I have done it. Deno. I'll tell you what. Past Deno, that guy is a dickhead to me sometimes. The amount of stuff he leaves for me, he's a cockhead. But every now and then, he comes up trumps. And he's done us a solid today. Good job, Past Deno. Yeah, he's a dog. He is an absolute dog. Top, why do you keep recommending animation to me? You know I'm not going to watch it. Is it though? Now look, it's an interesting question. I don't dislike animation, but I struggle to connect with characters. Like the lack of emotion. And I get good voice acting is about doing that, but I can't connect with it now. If you the ones that I have watched, Arcane, it's all about the connection of emotion. Like Arcane is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I can't believe how long I've been painting with that other airbrush. This one is so much more accurate. I'm a dickhead. An absolute dickhead. Alright, let's do it. It's time. For those who are regular watchers, you'll be able to tell what colour's about to come out. It's the greatest skin colour known. It's peanut butter. It's peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Yep. You're very welcome, Mace. Anytime I can add value. I try to do so. It's a little bit like magic. All right. Cujo, you are not allowed to talk about magic, mate, when the shit that you do. We've seen the stuff you paint, mate. Your magic. Did you? What's the last video of yours I've watched? Oh, I watched your Natalia video. Yeah, when's the big Deno video happening, Cujo? Doing one for Natalia. What a stitch up. Shit excuse. G'day, Wampa. Yeah, she's a festive girl. Of course you can, Cujo. You don't even need to ask, mate. But that's not directed at you. It's anyone. We have no rules in this chat. You can do whatever you want. If you do something that pisses me off, though, I'm going to just ban you straight away without even a conversation. Oh, Cujo. She's glorious. Fantastic. That base is 11 out of 10, mate. Well done. There are 4 characters in Kingdom Death, the 4 starting characters. They actually have names. They're based on, well, they're not based on anything, but that I know of. But they filter through all of the artwork in the game. These these starting 4. The name's Zachary, Urza, Lucy, and whatever the other guy's name is. What's the other guy's name? Alistair. Where is... No, stop it. You got a Kingdom Death figure? Get into it, son. Get amongst it. It's great times. You can leave it any time you want, Timbo. Don't let me stop you, mate. Don't let the digital door hit you on the arse on the way out, champion. All right, we're gonna go and have a look at some Kingdom Death models shortly on a website called Kingdom Death Collector. And the reason we're going to do that is I do want to buy some more of these painter's scale figures purely for the experience of painting. And we can all collectively, collaboratively decide which ones I get. Just going to let this bit dry for a bit. Alright, let's have a look at some models. Let me bring up. Do I have a screen ready to go? Oh, I do. That's amazing, Deno. You're so prepared at life. Here, I'll just get rid of this bit. Actually, let's do this instead. Oh, genius. You're a genius. Alright, and then we'll just move this below the chat box. Perfect, Dano, perfect. Okay, this is a collection of every Kingdom Death model ever released. Is there a way to filter by painter's scale? I don't recall. Anyway, this is the newest one. I also only want to do plastic models, by the way. I don't really have any interest in resin. This is glorious. I've got to get this model. That's a good idea, actually. That's a very good idea. Ah, brilliant. All right, so this little thing down here marks if you own it, and then this marks if you've painted it, and so on. So if we look at this, let's have a look at the ones that It doesn't have all of them. That's a shame. She's resin. I'm not getting her. Is she resin? I love that one. Is she resin or is she plastico? Hard plastic? No, she's resin. Great model, that. Look at that. Thick thighs save lives. Alright, we'll do pin up in a second as well. So I'm definitely getting this one, the honeycomb weaver. Oh, she photo resin as well. I don't want resin. I just want plastic. Look at what she's doing to that. This is the honey. That's a bad fucking... Look at that. That's terrible. Stop doing this, Kingdom Death. That's even worse. There we go. Their feet are unrealistically small, mate. They're a stylized artwork style. I like her, but she's resin, so she's out. Let's look at this page. I would love this Lucy. What about if I type 54? Does that work? Ah, it does. These are the plastic ones. Okay, I really like this model. I do not own this one yet. I would like to own this one. What do we think about that one? Look at that piece of artwork. That is beautiful. That is awesome. That's less awesome. This Lucy is great. This is the same person as I'm painting right now. It's a barbarian version of Lucy. I dislike this one. Now, you can tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, let's have a look at the butcher. That's good. She's very pretty. Look at the artwork, man. This game does me. Just gets me. That's good. That's good stuff. Don't want resin though. I don't like models that don't fit into the lore of the universe. I don't want to have a hot girl with a mushroom hat playing computer games. I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me. It's a cool model. Seen some great versions of it, but no. This one comes in 54mm scale. This one, I'm sure of it. Painter's scale pin-up dung ball. This one's on my list. I love this model. I love this model because it is my favourite fight in the game, and I think she is very pretty. I wonder if there's a... You can upload your own paint jobs to this website, by the way, which is why. So you can just come and put whatever you want. I'm getting her. She's great. There's the one Topulus reckons has the worst face. She's nice. Maybe I'll look at her. Percival, I want to get her. Let's have a look. She's not 54mm. That's a shame. Hey, Sammy. Look at this pretty girl. She's so pretty. Ah, yeah. Percival. Love a redhead. Gosh, there's some models in this game. I have that one already. Oh, it's cool. Haven't seen her for a while, Stiller. And her oily fans, what a legend. Anyway, look at this. There is a shit ton of models. There is 38 pages of models. And if we go through and have... Oh, I'm not logged in, but you can see. You can see how many of those models I have. Let's see. Display collected models. It's a lot. It's a damn lot. Gonna need to add some to that. And look at how many of them are painted. They're all Dragon King's painted. Only 10 pages. There's Percival with armor on. The new expansion that's coming out, the Black Knight, which we should hear more about very soon. It actually has Percival's dog. It's Percival's dog. Oh, I've got her. She's coming. She's beautiful. She's sitting on a barrel. Yeah. Alright, I'll stop looking at this stuff now. Let's keep painting some models. Anyway, it's going to be good times. That's all I'm saying. Should do a diorama with all these girls on it. She's having my baby. Haha. High Clerist's Tower. What a moment. Don't do it, Kitiara. Don't do it, kid. Been a while since I've read those books. Something I often say on... I have no idea what I was about to say then. It literally just... I've just completely blanked. I had something I was going to say. I'm sure it was going to be witty and insightful and funny. And then it just fell out of my brain. Alright. You definitely do. I remember what I was going to say. It's not actually that witty and insightful, but it is relevant. Here's what I was going to say, friends. I often recommend people don't use the colours red and green and white for fear of it looking like Christmas. Well, guess what? This is a model that is themed around Christmas. And so you can go ham on Christmas colours. And that's another pun, in case you were missing it. Going ham. Because you often have ham at Christmas. A Christmas ham, as it were. When I say red and green, what I mean is traditional red and traditional green. If you want to use red and green, you can, but you just need to use like a lime green or a more magenta tone red. It's just when you go these traditional green and reds that it looks Christmassy. Yeah, I don't know how this is being held up. Like, I have no idea, but get your coat, Cujo. Disgraceful. Ugh. Pistachio. G'day, Major Dodo. Huh. That's something I said not very long ago on this stream, was that this face is a very disappointing sculpt. Everything else about it, I love. The face just misses the mark. I don't recall us disagreeing on much before, Dodo. exactly. Alright, what colour do we use? We probably do use the greatest colour that has ever been made by Games Workshop. Anyone want to guess what it is before I get it out? It's the greatest colour that Games Workshop's ever made. You can get it. I'm about ready to ban you from this for that rubbish. Flash gets yellow. No. Good guess from Volupus. That would be my pick. No, this is quite clearly. Yep. Thank you, Emily. Finally, someone talking sense. Someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Rhinox hide. The best colour that Games Workshop has ever made. Possibly will ever make. I will ban you, mate. I'm not afraid to ban people. I'll do it. Yep. The dark reds are bread and butter. Pew, pew. Flesh Terrors is a very respectable answer to that question, by the way. Flesh Terrors is an extremely respectable answer. I don't think you could include any of the contrast paints in the conversation if you're a serious painter. Not because I don't think contrast paints are serious paints. They are. But I don't think you can make the claim that they're the best paints that Games Workshop's ever released. Actually, I'm just trying to piss off Wampa. Is it working? Damn. I have to try harder. Do we want to go into yellowy tones here, Deno? Yellowy is probably not where we want to go. slide. G'day, Lavender Crush. Okay, the next colour I want is dark sea blue. Where you at? We've probably only got another 10-15 minutes left in us, friends. Got a busy day ahead. Got to pack for my work trip next week. Unfortunately, there will be no party Monday this week as a result. Me travelling. I'm disappointed. I know you all are as well. Not really. I know you're not really disappointed. You know, Bucks and I were chatting the other day. We're decided to ramp up our streams again as we draw closer to Crimson. Bucks needs the motivation. See if Wampa. Get back into it. For sure. Yeah, mate. Cowboys. They had a middle of the year. They were coming back, but yeah, no, it was a disappointing finish. They've got a good team though. I feel like they'll be in the running this year. We'll see. Bum, 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 bum. I'll never leave the ground. Crash through the surface where they can't hurt us. Far from the shallow now. Red. What a tricky colour. What a tricky colour. I'm going to prepare a video for someone in the Kingdom Death Discord that I promised I would prepare about 2 months ago. I'm going to use the back of Lucy's cloak to do it. Alright. Not dark enough. Wildwood, maybe? Oh, that could have smashed and that would have been terrible. Holy shit. Oh, fuck me. So I got brown. I just smashed that. It just dropped from here all the way down to the ground. That would have been terrible. Alright, anyway. We're still here. I tell you what, the amount of shit that I've broken, dropped, thingied on stream, it's wild. Yeah, I am an absolute bull in a china shop. I am an A-grade pest. Absolute disgrace. Hello, all mates. I'm doing well. Hope you are also. Thanks, mate. Ah, yes. tend to move my brush very quickly, and I don't think I realise that I'm doing it. I'm certainly not doing it on purpose, but that's just many years of painting and practice. And anyone can do it, but not everyone does do it. People that do it are people like Jared, who turns around and wins a medal at Monty, an SMC, just from practice. Great mentorship. It's true. It's true. It's not the easiest of things to do, but painting more is almost always the correct answer to how do I get better. It's very rarely watch more videos or learn more. Been some good stuff from you today, Major Dodo. Love a man who's got tickets as well. Or woman. Or anyone really. Anyone who's got tickets on themselves, I'm on board. Patience is an interesting one. I would not consider myself a patient man. I certainly don't have the patience to sit down and do many, many hours on a model like Dave Colwell does. So how that's translated for me in miniature painting is I've developed faster ways to do things so that I don't have to spend time. That's a good one. I'm sure of it. Yes, that is absolutely my skill, my claim to fame as a miniature painter is speed. There is a very large number of miniature painters who are significantly better than me. Incentium, it's a great question. I wish I could explain how I pick things or why I do things, but this particular model, I bought it earlier in the week, or a few weeks ago rather, and I felt like, given I'd spent hundreds of dollars on models like this for Kingdom Death, that I should really paint some of them. And that is about the extent of it. I have many models that I can paint. I've got many in various stages of progress. But yeah, sometimes you just got to paint what you're excited about, I guess. It is Kingdom Death, yes. It's Kingdom Death Lucy. Technically, I think this model's name is Winter Solstice Lucy. Alright. Alright, we'll do one last little bit. And then I'll finish up. Well, Black Friday is the time to do it. Often very good deals then. If you enjoy board gaming, it's a pretty incredible game. If you are just a casual board gamer, I would not recommend it. But if you are a painter in any capacity and a board gamer, then I think it's a great investment. Someone who has bought significant amounts of the game, I can speak with some confidence to that point. Your poison running through my veins, yeah, poison. I don't wanna break these chains. How many kids under the age of 4 do you have? And my commiserations for that fact. I wanna kiss you, but I want it too much. Too much. I wanna taste you, but your lips are venomous poison. Your poison. I wanna taste you, but I want it too much, too much. I don't wanna break these chains. Your poison. Your poison running through. Thank you, mate. I can't imagine that being my life. I wish you luck. A salute to our fallen comrade. That is wild. That is wild times. Wow. Yes, twins actually run in my family as well. I've got 3 sets of twins in my family. My cousins. Yeah, banger. Your poison running through my veins. Yeah, poison. I don't wanna break these chains. Alrighty. I think we're going to call it a day there, friends. That's a little Lucy so far. She's good. We need more white in the skin. Maybe more white. This is the art card, so she's got very pale skin. She's a pretty lady. Little Lucy. Nom 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 nom. Alright, friends. Hope you enjoyed. Won't be streaming tomorrow night. Crimson Brush will never have online entries, no. That is a hard no. Sorry. Whilst I am running Crimson Brush, it will never have online entries. Far too much risk. You can't judge figures in the hand against figures in a photo. Full stop. Indeed, I would recommend it. Let's go have a look who's streaming. We'll do a little cheeky raid today. Unexpected's painting. MHCP Knucklehead is painting Kingdom Death. We'll go raid that guy. I want you, but I won't do too much. He's painting the Mad and Mighty Striker from the Gambler's Chest. So, it's a nice model. Wonderful to see you all. Have a fantastic week. Back following next week, Sunday, and then back with Party Monday again. Adios. Big Deno out.